Hey everyone, welcome back to Homestead Corner. Today I've got 15 budget preps for when the grid goes down. So you guys know me, I love lists. They help me stay in order, help me keep on top of things, and I know what I have and what I need to get when I have a list written out. So I put together a list of 15 budget preps for when the grid goes down. Winter is coming and we want to make sure we're prepared for the grid to go down, because I don't know about where you live, but here it always goes down, at least for a little bit, sometimes an extended period of time, and we want to make sure that we're prepared for that. And there are so many different options out there. You can really spend a ton of money on prepping, but you don't have to. There are lots of budget-friendly preps that can get you through and are going to help you when an emergency happens. So today I just thought I would go over these 15 budget preps so you can make sure you've got what you need when the grid goes down. So the first thing on my list is candles. Jarred candles, taper candles, tea light candles, all different kinds of them. They're really affordable. You can get them at the Dollar Tree. I have seen brand new candles at the thrift store, yard sales, things like that. You can get them really dirt cheap. You can make your own candles, however you want to do it. You can do it really inexpensively. But having a good supply of candles, I think, is really important. They are great for light. They're great for heat. You can use them for cooking. They just have so many uses, and they're really super affordable. Number two is a lantern and oil. You want to make sure that if you're using oil lamps, that you've got plenty of oil in stock in your pantry so you're ready when the lights go down. I love oil lanterns because they can sit on the table. They have a really big amount of light that they put out, and the oil lasts quite a long time. We also like to make sure that we have plenty of wicks if you're using oil lanterns. Number three is winter clothing. You want to make sure you've got plenty of warm stuff. When the grid goes down in the winter, it is a lot more difficult to keep your home warm if you don't have a wood stove. There are lots of options to keep your home warm, but having those nice warm clothes can really help you. Socks, hats, scarves, mittens, winter coats, boots, things like that. If you don't have a generator or a wood stove, then it can definitely help you, and it's not so much pressure to get it hot, really hot in your home and really warm, but you can put layers on. So as it warms up, you can just peel them off. We love to have tons of layers in the winter time because, it's cold. And when that power goes out, you want to make sure you've got plenty of gear to keep yourself warm. Number four, blankets, sleeping bags, things like that. I really love wool blankets. They are so warm and toasty and hold in the heat really well. Sleeping bags are also wonderful. Having extra blankets, if you all have to sleep in one room to stay warmer, you can put layers of blankets down on the floor, and it's going to help hold your heat and be a little bit more comfortable. Number five, backup water and water filters. You do not have to have a $10,000 filter. You can do it really inexpensively, even if it's just like a Life Straw or something to filter water. You can make your own water filters really simple and easy. And boiling water is another way to make sure that it's safe to drink. It kills any kind of bacteria or anything like that that could be in there. Number six is a fire extinguisher. I think those are really important, especially in a grid down situation when you are burning candles or lanterns or having a fire in the fireplace. Anytime that you're having fire that you don't normally do that, you are increasing your chance to have a fire in your home. And you want to make sure that you're ready for it, making sure you've got fire extinguishers and all of that kind of stuff in your house is really important. Number seven, fire alarms and carbon monoxide detectors. Both of those are really important. Obviously, you're having more fires in your home, you're burning more candles. Many homes have burned down from just burning candles unattended. So making sure you've got that smoke alarm to alert you. And the carbon monoxide detector is wonderful if you're using any kind of propane in your home. You want to make sure that those gases are not going to make you sick. A lot of times that is what the problem is. You're not ventilated enough or something like that, and having that carbon monoxide detector in your home can be an absolute lifesaver. And we love to make sure that our fire alarms and our carbon monoxide detectors are battery operated. That way we know they're going to work when the grid is down. Number 8, open and eat food. It can really help you when the grid is down, so you don't have to cook. You can just pop something open and eat it. Having those things can be really, really important. Sometimes you've got a lot of things shuffling around to do while you're preparing and getting things in order. So those first couple of meals could be extremely difficult to cook. So having that open and eat food is really important. And number 9, can openers. If you're going to be popping open cans, you definitely want to make sure you have can openers, extra manual can openers in your preps so you can get those cans open. I love the electric, but when the grid is down, it's definitely not working. Number 10, matches and lighters. Those are so important to make sure that you can get a fire started, get your candles going, your lanterns, whatever it is you're going to heat with or cook with, you're going to need something to light that up with. So making sure you've got plenty of matches and lighters in your preps, super important for grid down. Number 11, headlamps and flashlights. They are so handy. I particularly love headlamps because you're hands-free, you can still work. Headlamps are great when you're cooking, when you're walking the dog, when you're, fixing something outside, if you're setting up your generator or putting gas in it at nighttime. Winter months, it's a lot darker than it is the rest of the year. So making sure you've got plenty of headlamps and flashlights is really important. And number 12, batteries. You're going to want batteries for all those things. I really love the Battery Daddy because everything is together. It's easy, organized. It's got a little tester in it, and I can tell if the batteries are good before I even put them in anything. So I know that it's going to work. Making sure you have plenty of batteries and different sizes depending on what your equipment takes. If your emergency radio takes one size battery, your flashlight takes another, different things, you're going to want to make sure that you have the right size battery. And everybody's different depending on what you have for gear. One person may need more AA's, one may need more C batteries. It just depends on what your gear takes. So checking all your stuff and making sure you have a good supply of batteries is super important. Number 13, an emergency radio. When the grid goes down, it's really important to have that emergency radio so we can figure out why the grid is down. There may be some information on there, especially if it's widespread. If it's a widespread thing, an EMP, something like that, having that emergency radio can help you figure out what to do next if you can figure out why the grid went down and what is actually going on. Number 14, a hot water bottle. Those old rubber ones are wonderful, and you can put them next to your heat source to help keep them warm or warm them up. You can boil your water and then put it in. Those rubber ones are great, but any bottle that you put hot water in, you can stick it inside your shirt, inside your shoes, under a blanket, just to help keep you warm. It can be really, really helpful to help with heating you and keeping you toasty warm on those cold moments when the grid is down. And number 15, this is something that I like to look for at thrift stores, yard sales, because you can get them substantially cheaper. This time of year, you may be able to get them pretty inexpensively, but just a small tent. If you have a family of 4, I would get a 4-person tent. Something you can throw up in the living room or the kitchen, and it's just going to create a microclimate. So it's easier to heat a small space than a larger space. And if you're in like a little teeny 4-person dome tent, it's going to be just your body heat is going to help keep everybody warm. So having that can be really important, especially for extended periods of the grid being down. We may, we have been weeks before with the grid down and had to use wood stoves and boil all our water and all that stuff, cook everything on the wood stove, running candles. I mean, weeks of it can definitely, if you've got stuff to help you, it's really going to make it easier for you to get through. And that is it for my 15 must-have budget preps for when the grid goes down. I think they are so important, so you'll be able to get through a grid down situation, whether it's a few hours or a few weeks or even months. You'll be able to get through it even in the cold weather. And I think it is so important to be prepared because we never know what's coming and when. It's always a surprise. Every day it's something new. And there's definitely some crazy stuff on the horizon. We want to make sure we're prepared for it. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.